JM, another football slate in the books. Excited to break down everything you need to know about the week that was. Week 14 Rumble review show coming at you. Let's do it. JM, we've got Sergeant Stogie, we've got Josh Allen, we've got Neil. JM, everyone, happy Monday. Going to be a little bit of a travel week here for the OTM / Jolly Joker squad. We're going to be doing a little team retreat, planning for 2023, talking through all the possibilities and everything that we have coming up. So going to be a fun week for the squad here. Still kicking it off, of course, with the review show. I had another fun NFL slate yesterday. My Eagles continuing to show that they're the best team in the league. That just is what it is. Go Birds. We had the late night game, Sunday night game, definitely impacting the slate with Austin Eckler and Tyreek Hill, both very high-owned and having good games. We've got Bo. Morning, Bo. We got Vince Carter. Good morning, everyone. Happy to be here. Glad to have all of you joining me today. And let's jump on into it. As always, we'd like to start with the live scoring tab on the Rumble site where you can see in real time how everyone's stacking up, who's scoring the most points, etc., etc. And I mean, the first shocker is that, we have a tight end leading all positions in scoring. All positions, including quarterback. Evan Ingram. 0.72% ownership at the tight end position. And as we will see with the main event leaderboard, they played him. The leading lineup played him. And actually in Discord, Justin was saying that he checked out the collection of the person in first place. And Evan Ingram was essentially their only playable tight end. I think they had like Kyle Pitts, who's injured, one or two other people that are either like already retired or historical moments or also injured or on bye. So pretty fortunate to stumble into the Evan Ingram play there. And, not surprisingly, Trevor Lawrence coming in on top as well. Justin Jefferson, just an absolute beast, scores 33 points without even scoring a touchdown, which is, I mean, it was just pretty absurd. 50% of the people in the field played Justin Jefferson. I think, seeing a lot of chatter on Twitter and such about next year's season-long draft, and it seems pretty clear that Justin Jefferson is going to emerge as the consensus number 1 overall pick for next season. So cheers to Justin Jefferson, and also pour one out for the fact that a couple years ago the Eagles picked Jalen Reagor instead of Justin Jefferson. So great job, guys. A little coffee sip in there, a little coffee sip. Jerick McKinnon also, just a random absolute smash game. The McKinnon-Judy mini stack. I actually had a friend that played this on a DraftKings tournament lineup. They played the Jerry Jeudy, Jerick McKinnon mini stack in the double spy and got third place for $15,000. So, shout out Wallace. What am I? He's also he's an NFT guy, Top Shot guy as well. So, shout out there. Christian McCaffrey. Big game from Christian McCaffrey. San Francisco showing no signs of slowing down, even with Jimmy G injured, and Tampa just stinks. So Tampa stinks. Miles Sanders with a big game. Huge game. 28 points, low ownership. Sanders is starting to become someone who I think becomes an interesting Rumble play on a weekly basis because he has shown a ceiling here. And, Hurts is of course, always one of the most popular quarterback plays. So we talked about leverage by playing Miles Sanders. In a lot of weeks, it provides leverage off of Hurts. Although, as we can see here, Hurts still came in as the number 2 quarterback, despite Sanders having a big game. So, I mean, yeah, when you score 48 points, it is what it is. Let's go position by position here. Quarterback position. Let's filter by the ownership to see who was coming in as the highest owned, as expected. It was kind of between Hurts and Josh Allen. So Hurts came in a little bit more. 5% of people playing Hurts as the hero, 19% regular. He does come in as the second highest scoring quarterback, but I mean, effectively the highest scoring, given the fact that no one else played. Pretty much no one played Lawrence. Or how about that? Russ Wilson. Rare to see him popping up with a big score this week. He also got injured at the end of the game, so we'll check in on the status there. Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins. A lot of big games this week from quarterbacks that, we typically label as not having a massive ceiling because they don't necessarily have that rushing upside. But when you've got, the weapons like Kirk has with Justin Jefferson, like Jared Goff has with Amon-Ra St. Brown, and DJ Chark has been showing some life, definitely can bring the upside there. Mahomes and Josh Allen, pretty mediocre games by their standards. I'd say that's just about it from a quarterback standpoint. Justin Fields was on bye. He's also someone that we typically see up there. And then we've got the running back position. We talk about the running back position often being one where you want to eat the chalk. And I think this kind of proves that out here. Eckler, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry coming in as the 3 highest owned running backs. Josh Jacobs also in the mix there too with his 19 points that was locked in on Thursday. So, I mean, look at this. 34% of the field plays Josh Jacobs with 19.4 points in the main event. You could argue that, that means that 35% of people are okay having 0 chance of winning first place. Because I don't think Josh Jacobs was ever going to get into the first place lineup. I mean, again, especially if 35% of people are going to be doing it. That's such an easy fade in the main event. Now, in the season, in the Jokers contests, especially in the field goal and the touchdown with the smaller fields, I get it. There's value in locking up those points, especially if you are already sitting pretty on the leaderboard. But in the main event, there's massive opportunity if people are going to lock in 19 points at the running back position. Just massive, massive opportunity. And you didn't even have to go crazy, right? All you had to do was say, okay, I'm gonna fade Josh Jacobs and I'm gonna play the 3 best running backs, right? Austin Eckler, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry. They were the consensus 3 best running back plays. And the results bore out that same way. They were 3 of the top 5 scores. Tony Pollard, also another one that you could have played over Josh Jacobs that also outscored him at just 14% ownership. So we do talk about it every week, but the running back position is definitely a place where, play the studs, play McCaffrey, play Eckler, play Derrick Henry when he has a good matchup. Derrick Henry also, all of this came in the first half. I think he had 2 yards the entire second half, 2 yards. Which, again, goes to show kind of the downside of Derrick Henry is that if they get behind, Derrick Henry becomes a bit of a risky play because he doesn't play so much in the passing game. So there we have it there. Tony Pollard just continues to be a beast. It doesn't matter that he shares time with Zeke Elliott. He still is just an absolute smash play. You see Zeke right behind him with 17 points. So the Dallas running backs combining for 40 points. Shout out TOC scoring. If we had TOC scoring here, Dallas running back would be quite a play on a given week. That would probably be one of the most valuable cards in that game. Wide receiver position. The studs came through. So as we talk about with running backs that you want to kind of eat the chalk, wide receiver, we try to say that this is actually where you can try to differentiate a bit and go a little off the board. However, this week, the big wide receivers, they did their thing. Justin Jefferson at 50% ownership leads the slate with 33 points. Tyreek Hill in the Sunday night game at 45% ownership. He comes in there at 24 points. Jamar Chase, back from his injury, puts up a 28-point game. T. Higgins, I think, barely played. Tyler Boyd went out with an injury. So if that continues, it's just going to be even more ball to go around for Jamar Chase. But as we see with Stephon Diggs, this is the argument for the fade, right? And for Amon-Ra. So 35 and, both 36, 37% ownership. 6 points for Diggs, 13 points for Amon-Ra. That's what we're saying where, even the best of the best wide receivers, they do have floor games. And then, like we always see kind of some random wide receivers pop up into the mix here. Jerry Jeudy, Juju Smith-Schuster, Big Mike Williams, Zay Jones, DJ Chark, all of those people coming in at sub 1% ownership. Tough to get on those plays. I wouldn't beat myself up over not playing them. But, interesting week, the wide receiver position. Not that many scores. Not that many big scores, really, outside of the studs here. Not a ton to write home about, and kind of a little bit of a lower scoring week overall. And then we have the tight end position. I mean, look at this. Evan Ingram scores 20 more points than the second highest owned tight end. Pretty crazy. We got Travis Kelce at almost 50% ownership, as he should be. And again, Kelce with a pretty bad game. And there's still only 5 tight ends that outscore him. And it's hard to guess who those tight ends are going to be. Hawkinson. Yeah, Hawkinson I can see being someone that you mix in at the tight end spot just because he's shown that he can have the big games. Mark Andrews. I'm not touching Mark Andrews until Lamar Jackson is back. Just play Kelce. Same old story at the tight end position. I mean, come on. You're not going to try and guess this Evan Ingram game. I think that's just, it is what it is. It happens sometimes. So there we have it for the position-by-position breakdown. Let's check out the leaderboards. Let's check out the main event here. And the winning roster. Dylan saying in chat here, ironically, first place played Amon-Ra, who had less than Jacobs. Was reaching for the points, but ended up not getting them. Yeah, let's check out the lineup here. So we got BBSMT with 200.79 points in first place. There's not a ton to look at in the game tonight. I think Ramondre Stevenson is, going to be the highest owned player, but as you can see, there's nobody with PMR left within 30 points here. So pretty safe to say that BBSMT is going to be our Week 14 champion. Let's check out the lineup here. Yeah, okay, so they went with a 4 or 3 wide receiver lineup here. They played Joe Burrow at quarterback. At running back, they played Eckler and Henry, eating up the chalk there. At wide receiver, nothing too crazy with Justin Jefferson, playing the Justin Jefferson hero. Definitely a big play there. Tyreek in the game last night, mini stacking him with Austin Eckler. Amon-Ra St. Brown in the flex. Kansas City defense, and Evan Ingram at the tight end position. So going to Dylan's question here about them ending up, getting to the top. It's all about the Evan Ingram play, right? I mean, that literally gained you 20-plus points on the field. And so because they played Evan Ingram, they basically were able to get away with a very average game from Amon-Ra St. Brown. And from Joe Burrow at quarterback. A little bit of an average game there, but that one differentiator at the tight end spot did it in. Also, a reminder, if you came in the top 25% of the field this week, which I believe was like 600 people, 656 people. So the top 656 this week will win the opportunity to mint a Jolly Joker at a 25% rebate. That's a 75% discount, $75 back. And if you're someone who already owns a Jolly Joker and is not in need of another one, you can lend that to a friend. Bring those friends into the JJSS. We're always looking to expand our people. So if you finished in the top 25% of the field this week and you're already in the JJs, would challenge you to go out, try to find a buddy to join us on this journey, get them that $75 discount, and welcome them in to the Jolly Jokers. All right, let's take a look at the cumulative leaderboards here for the Jolly Jokers. We're going to start with the extra point. Yes, this is correct. The friend will still get the mint incentive too. So any Jokers that continue to be minted will get an entry into the playoff contests for coming up in January. So yeah, playoffs are going to be fun. Last night we did an underdog playoff best ball draft on the Sunday Night Rundown stream. So if you missed that, go ahead and check that out. We are happy to be partnering with Underdog Fantasy for the playoffs this year. So for anyone that is not yet signed up, head on over to underdogfantasy.com and sign up with promo code OTM. Make that first deposit and get a 100% match up to $100. And we're going to be doing all kinds of Underdog playoff best ball content, particularly in the first 2 weeks of January. We also, this is not your standard deal with Underdog. We actually have a larger partnership that is going to be coming as a part of this. Those details will probably be coming out next week in terms of exactly what we have going on there with Underdog. But the idea is that OTM and the Jolly Jokers is going to be the place to be for all things NFL playoffs. We're going to have Underdog drafts. We're going to have the Rumble playoff contests. Maybe there's even another kind of playoff contest that will be able to be played. We'll see. Bet the House continues to stay in the lead in the extra point. 751 points through 4 weeks. And we're starting to see a little bit of separation here. Top 4 kind of separating from the rest. And we're halfway home now? Yeah, so after this week, there will be 4 more weeks remaining. So we will be at the halfway point. And I think this is probably the point where we need to be a little bit strategic about, all right, we got Yeah Baby here in 11th. So here's a good example. All right, so Yeah Baby has 712. Bet the House has 751. Yeah, so I don't think you need to get too crazy, when you're kind of within 50 points, because you could easily make up all that ground in 1 week. But I do think you need to start making some different plays, maybe one or two plays in your lineup that are going to be less owned by the field so that you can try to gain ground there. Definitely going to be some strategic elements, I would say. So let's check out. All right, so let's check out Bet the House's main lineup, 175. Wow, so Bet the House is doing a good job of having that best lineup be the best one. Yeah, so here's an example, right? Here's what you're going up against. If you're trying to chase down Bet the House, he basically played pretty close to a full chalk lineup, right? You got Jalen Hurts, top-ranked quarterback. Derrick Henry was a top-ranked running back. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Justin Jefferson, top-ranked plays. Dallas defense, top-ranked defense. And then getting slightly different with Pollard and A.J. Brown. Yeah, so it just creates a bit of a unique dynamic because you know that these top lineups that are ahead are going to be playing the best plays. And so you can't just play the exact same guys and gain ground on them. But also, if Justin Jefferson is going to score the most points, then you kind of need Justin Jefferson. Tinzel Tom. Wow, so Tinzel Tom was second in the extra point and is first in the field goal with that top prize of $10K. 729 points there. People chasing him down. Pretty good work from Tinzel Tom. And then let's see, we got the touchdown. The smallest field, 718 points leading the way. Redbird with the flame hair on fire in the lead. Bet the House still in second there. Definitely still a battle here in the touchdown. But you can kind of more starkly see people that are maybe falling behind. There's also going to be interesting cut line sweats, right? I mean, $250 min cash. Here we go. Josh Allen hanging right on the cut line here. Min cash for $250. Sergeant Stogie just out on the edge there. Of course, lots of JJ profile pictures on the touchdown leaderboard. Love to see that. So here we have it. Halfway through. Here's the status of the old Jolly Joker leaderboards. There it is. I think that's all we're going to run through today. Wanted to make it a bit of a quicker show because about to be traveling and hitting the road. Remember, finish in the top 25%, you'll be able to claim your Jolly Joker rebate this week. We also will have the rebates going out for people that participated in the NBA contest. Keep an eye out later today for kind of an announcement summarizing the week. We'll have some more info coming up about SimWin and getting started there. We're looking to do an AMA with the CEO, David Ortiz of SimWin, so that we can dive a little bit more into what to expect from those guys and how everyone that's in the Jolly Jokers community is going to be able to take advantage of the opportunities with SimWin. We'll also have continued information coming in on the partnership with Underdog Fantasy. But again, starting right now, you can go on over underdogfantasy.com, sign up and deposit, promo code OTM, get that 100% deposit bonus up to $100. We're going to be doing daily streams in January, helping you understand the strategy and getting you prepped to take down some playoff underdog. I mean, playoff fantasy contests are super fun. A lot of unique strategy elements to it. Really fun sweat throughout the playoffs. So should be a good time. Looking forward to more of that. And other than that, we'll see you in Discord, on Twitter, all the things. Good luck, everybody. And last thing, if anybody happens to be in the general Atlantic City area, we will be at the Tropicana tonight watching the Monday Night Football game live from the sports book. So if anybody happens to be in the area and you want to come by, have a drink with us, watch the football games, hang out, anyone is of course welcome to do so. That'll be tonight in Atlantic City. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Talk soon.